Hey guys, I'm pretty sure not many people are going to pop on for this, but I'm still going to do it in live because it's easier than editing the videos later. So, I'm just going to go ahead and jump in. I'm going to grab my first painting. These are the paintings that we did pre-Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving Eve, if you will, at my mommy's house. This one's mine. I'm going to do it first, just in case I make any mistakes. I'd rather do it on mine than my mom's or my daughter's. So, I'm just breaking off any little pieces off the sides. Hi, Melissa. Thanks for popping in. I know it's late. I was having some major technical difficulties trying to get on, and my computer wasn't cooperating. I couldn't get the camera to work and whatever. So I actually have my camera clipped to my phone clipped to my computer so I can stream with it, and you know what, it just is what it is tonight. So just grabbing some gloves. I'm gonna make this one quick because for some reason when I stream from my phone it doesn't want to go past, I don't know, like 20 minutes, half hour or so, and then it starts cutting us off. But again, these are the paintings we did Thanksgiving Eve at my mommy's house. And I'm doing mine first because if anything bad happens, I'd rather it happen to mine and not my mom's. I keep forgetting. I want to do a little alcohol wash on this first. Oh, thank you, Melissa. It is about, let me look. Crud, I can't even see. Baby, what time is it? Huh? It's about 10:25-ish. And I'm flying solo because, you know, the kiddos got to go to school tomorrow, so I don't have my little camera woman tonight. Goodness sakes, are you a night owl like me? I don't know what it is. The older I get, the harder time I have sleeping. Right now I'm just using a little alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, to wipe off any silicone that was left over on the canvas. I should give it a baby powder cornstarch bath, but I don't have time for that. So we're just going to do this and hope to God it works out. Yeah, it's probably not going to work for me either, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed. There wasn't a whole lot of silicone on this painting at all, so I'm praying, and we'll just see what happens. And I have my fan going, so that'll dry up the alcohol really quick. Where are you at, Melissa? Oh, we have two. Oh, Amarillo by morning. Amarillo, Texas. Hi, Carrie. Nice to see you. I'm flying solo tonight, Carrie. So I'm trying to do my thing and watch the screen. Not that it's going real fast or anything, but as I'm moving along, if I happen to miss anything, please forgive me. So while that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and mix my resin. I don't even remember what the name of this stuff is. It's something I picked up at Home Depot. And before I actually break loose and spend the money for the stone coat, which I really, 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 really want, I have disciplined myself into convincing myself I have to use up what I have. So that's what myself has told myself, and that's what self is going to do. This is a 1-to-1 ratio. I'm sure I'm putting too much in. I always mix too much resin. But it won't be that much too much, and I'd rather have a little too much than a little too little. When it comes to doing stuff on camera, it's a really good thing that I can use both hands. I'm ambidextrous. It makes things so much easier. Gotta grab a popsicle stick. Thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up too. That's a really good idea. But I haven't ventured into the jewelry just yet. I'm a beader as well as a painter. I do a lot of beaded jewelry. I've just found this painting to become my passion. So I haven't paid a lot of attention to my beading lately. But one of these days, I guess, since I'm on YouTube now, I could do a video showing you guys some of my beadwork. And when I was doing my beading, I made all jewelry. I even made zipper pullers for sweaters and stuff. And I was actually Thank you, Melissa. Um, one of the, they had um, leather strips and Swarovski beads and just all kinds of beautiful beads stuck to them. But they were on alligator clamps, and they were, I mean, back in that day, I was in a certain genre of things, if you will, and they were meant for a certain demographic of people, and they ended up being displayed in one of the biggest head shops in Reno, Nevada, and I was very, very proud of that. And then I moved away from there. And that was a really good um, money maker for a long time. But I moved away from there, and that stopped. But those were also really fun to make. And then when I moved out here, living on the coast, the sun seems to hit inside the cars in just such a way that, I don't know, I was thinking about prisms when I moved here. So, I was still making my jewelry, but I started making, I called them window hangers. So those became a very predominant part of what I made as far as my beading. And those took over. I started making those, and people bought those up like crazy. So I have all kinds of stuff. Plus, we live in a very native predominant area. The Yurok tribe is in this area. And there's also the Talawa, which is on the other side of us. You have Yurok on one side and Talawa on the other. And they're both a very proud nation. And they're full of awesome people. Um, so a lot of the um, beaded jewels that get made lean towards the natives and what they like. And I've seen some, oh my gosh, amazing, beautiful, beautiful native jewelry and hair sticks and necklaces that would just blow you out of the water. Just amazing, amazing stuff. So I tried to take that on, and I did pretty good with the Dentalia. Is a shell that comes from the ocean, but not, unfortunately, not from our area. But we can buy it here. And long glass tube beads, and just, God, there's just so many different aspects of beading that you can do here. And I know I'm kind of all over the place because I'm trying to stir and pay attention to what I'm doing and talk at the same time. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of Florida either. We lived there for 6 weeks. Let me just hop subjects. We lived in Bradenton for 6 weeks. But I'm a West Coast girl. We were from Nevada, Carson City, Nevada. And I went to the grocery store Christmas Day. And sorry, my husband's listening to a movie out in the living room. We went to, I'm going to let that sit for just a second, let the air bubbles rise up. But I went to a grocery store. I can't even remember. It was a 3-letter thing for the grocery store. GSX or something like that. in a set of Daisy Duke cutoffs and a wife beater tank top. Obviously, I was a lot skinnier back then. On Christmas Day. That would never, ever happen in Nevada. And that day, I was so upset because I missed the snow so bad. I said, that's it. We're going home. Now, where we live now, we don't have snow, but I wouldn't trade the ocean and the redwoods to save my own life. Because where we live now, the redwoods meet the sea. And it's absolutely stunning. And it's a blessing to live here. And my mom, God, I am so grateful to her, is the reason why we made it here. Alabama? Alabama is hot in the summertime, I know that. Oh, God, yes, the redwoods. The redwoods around here are so huge that in Klamath, which is about 20 miles from us, there's a drive-through tree. You can literally drive your car through that tree. It is. I was raised in Fort Worth. I was actually raised in Fort Worth, Texas, so I'm aware. Okay, so we're gonna dump this here resin on this here painting and see how it goes. Let me turn this fan off. I love doing the resin because it makes the colors that are already so beautiful pop so much more. And there's so many people who are intimidated by resin, and let me tell you, I was too. But once I started using it, it was not that big a deal. Not that hard to use at all. And such a great... Oh yeah, you get all the seasons, I think, don't you, in Amarillo? Anyways, you get such great results with resin. But you don't want to do every painting in resin because... my husband's trying to talk to me. Hold on 1 second. I have no clue what I was talking about.
Resin.
Resin, thank you. But what was I talking about the resin?
I have no idea.
I know I was saying the resin makes the painting pop. I don't know. Let's jump subjects again. Oh, yes. Thank you so much, Carrie. You don't want to do every piece in resin because, first of all, not every piece needs it. Second of all, if you do every piece in resin, then the other pieces that you don't do in resin once in a while just don't stand up to the standards. And some of them look just fine in varnish or like the 2 times high gloss Rust-Oleum, or, you know, there's lots of different ways to make these things look amazing. Here's one a friend of mine did. His name's Bill. He's very much a beginner. And I fell in love with this piece so much that I had to have it. He came over just to show me what he had been making. And I saw this and I said, I have to have it. And it's not sealed. I don't know what that is. It's not sealed. It's just the acrylic paints. But I loved it so much, I had to talk him out of it, and I ended up with it because I'm female, I'm Italian, I'm Aries, I'm German. I'm pretty convincing. And I can be cute once in a while, I think. Anyways, I ended up with it, and I told him, you give me that painting, and I will resin it and several others. Girl power, you got that right. It is beautiful. And the way he did this one was with a paper towel. He laid all the paint down from the way he described it to me, and he just kind of swept it over and up and then around. And being we live near the ocean, it looks like a wave to me, and anything ocean appeals to me, so I had to have this. And purple's my favorite color. Unfortunately, I'm not much like Monica. Don't care for the greens, but in this painting, they're absolutely stunning. The colors just work so well together. This area right here is just gorgeous. I love it. And I had to dote on my friend because, artists have to stand together and work with each other and help each other out. So I'm just going to run this stuff around the canvas as much as I can, and then I'll stick my fingers in it. I kind of do my resin just like a paint pour. It's sticky, it's unruly, it's a pain in the arse, but in the long run, it's well worth it. I don't know if y'all can see on camera how much it's already making that color pop up more and shine, but I absolutely adore it. So I'm just going to go over the edges real quick and make sure the edges get some, and then I'm going to run my hand across the whole canvas and run it around. And resin is self-leveling, so you don't have to worry about making sure it levels out. And for this being just a basic Home Depot resin, it works out really, really well. I was really impressed with it. This super glaze, gosh, I wish the box hadn't gotten messed up. I will either go over to Home Depot and look at the name of this, or tax my brain and remember it so I can let y'all know what it is. But these two, they're both 16 fluid ounce bottles. I think that makes a half gallon altogether. Sorry, my allergies are kicking in. And I'll let y'all know exactly what it is. This type resin is made to stand up to more heat. It's not an art resin, but it does just fine on the paintings. So I use it. But as soon as I'm done with it, I'm going to get some of that stone coat. But my body's broken. I'm on medical leave from work. My husband works, but he's a roofer. And in this area, it's all based on weather. So God only knows one day to the next what's going to happen. Sometimes we're eating filet mignon. Some days we're eating waffles or beans and weenies. But either way, we're eating, and everybody has what they need, and we are God blessed. So now I'm just doing the sides and making sure everything in the middle of the canvas is covered. I may have to mix up just a little bit more. I think I stretched it just a little bit thin. Stupid gnat. There's always a gnat in the air. Let me give you just a little bit of a close-up. You can see little divots, but it's because it's stretched thin. I will give it more resin. What do y'all think? That resin make it pop like I think it does? Thank you. You should really wear a mask. I didn't for years within my lung. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, typically I pull my shirt up over my face. This is the first time I'm doing a resin on live, and you're absolutely right. I'm a definite believer in covering your face when you're doing resin. This one doesn't have much of a smell, but that doesn't mean it's not getting in your lungs. So I completely agree. I do need to get some of those masks for when I do more. Thank you, Melissa. I actually very much appreciate it. And on that note, I will probably end this live with this painting, because now I'm a little sketchy about doing any more resin without a mask. God knows there's way too many ways to die in this world. I don't want it to be for me having an addiction to paint pours. So we'll just pick it up and look at it one more time. Spread it out just a little bit more. Not just because I'm partial to it since I did it, but I really like the way these colors went together. And one of the great things, thank you. One of the great things about being a pour artist is you never know how it's going to turn out. So when you compliment your own painting, it's not like you're being cocky about it. You're actually just like, wow, that turned out really pretty. And it's not like you're saying, I am the bomb. It's, I just can't believe those colors turned out so pretty together. And wow, look at how that paint worked. And so we get to say that kind of stuff and not sound like we're doting on ourselves. Because it really wasn't necessarily just me. It was the way the paints worked together. And this is probably one of my most favorites since I started doing paint pours, and I've only recently started delving into the flip cups. And I absolutely love them. Thank you, Dad. So I'm going to pull these gloves off, hit it with the torch, and then we'll cut this off, because she's right. I shouldn't be doing this without a mask. So I'm going to cover my face. I won't be able to talk for a second. Yes, that's very true. This one's my little tiny paint torch, guys. My other one keeps trying to set fire to me. when I use it. So I pulled out this little bugger to use just for this painting until I get a better one, and I'll get it figured out. Wow, that's super pretty. There's still some dips and divots in it, but again, I can always do another coat. Let me pull y'all down. Give you a better close-up. Oops. My phone's griping out at me. What do you want me to do? Rotate it? How? Okay, Melissa. Thank you. Okay, so here it is. Up close and personal. I know these close-ups are not the greatest, because once I'm doing it on my phone in one fashion, it won't let me flip the camera around and do it the other way. So, thanks for watching, you guys. Have a great night. God bless. The tip jar is down in the description. I'm hoping it's working, but who knows. And I just really appreciate having you all for company. Either way, thank you so much for watching. God bless. And just remember, the earth without art is just ech. Have a great night, you guys. Love you to pieces. Bye.